because we got a lot of shoes that you love now at QVC. We got that going.
These came from
yep,
you.
I could tell. I don't know if, I was staring at her Rikers a moment ago. I'm like, good girl.
Try my Ryka while
okay, try your Ryka, girlfriend. But we are a shark family, and my friend Laura is just like she's very meticulous about cleaning. And one time she was over and we had a big mess. We used to do a real Christmas tree and we had pine needles everywhere.
I remember the story.
And I got out my early version of this. This is now the grown-up brand new version, which I'm so excited about. And she's like, there is no way. I'm like, oh, just watch me. But guess what? My vac that I love, that's probably 5, 6 years old and maybe still going strong. This is that upgrade. Like I said, tonight's the night at this time of year for us to get ready to have less stress and easier cleaning, but also at the lowest price we found. So we can spend a lot of time, gas, you go online and suddenly it's an hour and a half later and you're like, where did the time go? We did all the legwork. This is the lowest price we found for this unit. Don't get confused at something that might look like this. This is the Absolute Shark Pet Pro Cordless Stick Vacuum with MultiFLEX, which is a game changer.
It really is.
This is $299 because you're getting everything over here, but you're also getting these wonderful extra tools
we
too.
try to be artistic with our little
I know, you're so good. Oh, no, and they're not
boy.
breakable either, so we're good to go. Also, you can still shop
party.
backwards. Yeah, I love it. It's 11 o'clock somewhere, right? 3.3 million sharks have been ordered at QVC. This is our big deal. It's been on fire. 1,000 have been ordered. It is brand new today. This is the lowest price that we found. And if you say, I am tired of a vacuum that is letting me down, that's heavy, that's hard to store, guys, you're saving over $110. Put that towards some lab-grown diamonds at midnight tonight, or put it towards your grocery bill this week, because we're really thoughtfully thinking about how can we bring you the best values, and this is the lowest price we found and then I have to read the whole thing. The #1 vacuum in the U.S. dollars by the Circana Retail Group. That was close. Okay, let's get clean.
4 years in a row. Okay, so what this is, cordless, #1. It is the MultiFLEX. I was showing you that. That's just where you can store it. We're going to show you how it goes under the furniture.
I love that
Less
version.
than 8 pounds.
It's my favorite vacuum.
Yeah, it has a about 3.5-pound hand vacuum built in. This one, by the way, has that sealed system with the filtration that traps 99.9%.
Can we sit on that for a second? Only as you clean this up.
Sure.
We were talking with this with Laura Geller. The allergies, the pollen has been awful in all the states that I'm in, because my children don't live in the same state that I do. My daughter said my car is white, it looks green. So when we talk about that complete seal trapping 99.99% of dust and allergens,
look at
guys.
This is cake mix. It could be pollen, right? It could be dust, right? That's what, I'm so glad you're bringing that out. And we're doing it without, sometimes you might hear something like that and you think, okay, wait, what do I have to do with this filter, right? Is it an expensive filter I have to replace? Washable filter on this, everybody. Also, Power Fins brush roll. So what does that mean? It picked up, as you just saw, larger particles, fine particles. Look at the power here, Jane. That is on the lowest setting.
It's pulling it in. You're not, I mean, you could just honestly leave it there and it would all get sucked up.
Yeah, so that's on the lowest setting. You also have a boost. Do you hear that?
Yes.
If you need a little bit more in your hard floors, you can give it a boost. You can see it making everything dance. But the Power Fins, it creates a self-cleaning brush roll for you. It also kind of squeegees your hard floors. And actually, can we stop a second and show the controls? Because they're really, really easy and intuitive, okay? So it's not a trigger that you have to hold for the most part. So let me show you what I mean. Low for hard floors, high for carpets, and right here, here's your boost. So just where you need it, you'll
Listen.
pull that trigger. Listen to that. Oh.
That's like when you're passing people on the highway.
Exactly.
Wow.
Excuse me, I need a pass. So for instance, if I had hair like this on the carpet, I might pull the trigger and get that deep down clean. So what's cool about this, Jade? Okay, so we've got this. It's working great.
Isn't it fun to be so excited about a vacuum?
Oh, I know. This is so exciting.
Because it really is.
So
normally
I'd have to go like this, right? Watch what I can do with this.
Okay.
I have MultiFLEX. So not only do I get really underneath, but look at my swivel. Think about under the king size bed. David and I were talking about that. You know, if you've ever had your bed replaced and you were embarrassed, you don't have to be.
No.
Now you can get under there.
You can. And also think about someone with a bad back or who's
Right.
very tall or very short, or
Yes.
somebody that is expecting, or somebody that, you know, just literally all of us. We don't want to spend more time cleaning.
No.
I literally love my version, and it's not the MultiFLEX. My version doesn't have this power. If you're like me and you're ready to upgrade, and there's new life and still life in your old one, donate it. Maybe one of those, you know, kids that are going off to their first college dorm and there's not a lot of room to store. This is brand new today. And we've trusted Shark, so have 3.3 million people here at QVC. This, I'm telling you, my biggest pet peeve is when you open the closet door where all of your things are and the vacuum comes out and falls on the floor.
Yes.
This is brilliant.
It will not do that
No.
because, as Jane's talking
at
about
this.
this.
Love
this
it.
fits in a, one of my shoe boxes. This will fit in a shoe box. Maybe not yours. But you know what I'm saying, it's compact. It can go under the coats, maybe in the coat closet, you know, or wherever you want to put it. It's just really super nice. And I love the fact that
favorite
you
part
can
about it.
grab it and go.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
cord.
No.
There's no cord.
It literally weighs 7 pounds. This is the lowest price we found. So if you've been invited to that wedding, or you're just tired of struggling with your vacuum, or you hate when it falls over like I do, I'm telling you, when this came into my life and I have the early version, you are getting a $110 savings. Plus, it's shipping for free. Plus, you are the company that for decades has been caring about us having a clean home.
Right, exactly. That's true. I mean, when I started, actually started with Shark back in 2001.
Wow.
So that's a long time ago. We had just mainly, you know, a hand vacuum. Then we got a stick vacuum, and then it just started going. But I'll tell you, over the last few years, we have been innovating like crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
So you might have one that looks like this.
Yeah.
This is like the
Yeah.
brand new biggest upgrade that is today's big deal that launched today, and it's the lowest price we found.
Yeah,
I mean, 110 back in your pocket right here.
It's amazing that we're able to do it for this price. And I just am showing you the brush roll. This is what's really different, and our animation really shows. This is the bristles of yesterday versus the power fins. So it doesn't leave stuff behind. It kind of squeegees that hard floor, and then it also doesn't wrap hair. So let's show a couple of those things live. So we've got the close-up, the super close-up cam. Okay, this will show if anything gets left behind, Jane.
Okay.
So I'm going to use it on the lowest setting. Okay?
Alrighty.
So I didn't push the boost or anything, because I want to point out for anyone that's concerned with using a bristle brush on your hardwood floors, this is not a brush roll like
Right.
you normally see. So this is safe on your hard floors, your luxury vinyl planking, because it's got those, the power fins are kind of like a vinyl squeegee.
Right.
It's really kind of what they are. And a soft brush, no bristles here. And so you can see, even on the lowest setting, it's doing a beautiful job. Look at how shiny.
Right.
You know what I noticed? When I use my power fins, I don't have to mop as much, because it's really getting all that fine
No,
dust.
You're totally talking me into this, because like I love my original, but I mean, and
This
also
has
it's
got newer
super
stuff.
lightweight.
Yeah.
So if you do live in a multi-level home, it's easy to carry this up. You don't
Yeah.
remember we used to have the upstairs, like that old
yes,
TV
up
show.
to
You had the
that.
upstairs, and then you had the
Yeah,
downstairs
yeah.
vacuum. No more. Okay. Are we gonna have
Okay, we're gonna have
a back off?
We're gonna have a back off. Okay, let's just look at this awesome Shark.
Okay,
this
it's a great
is
Shark.
Probably 15, 20 years old now.
Is it
Can we
really?
see the brush roll real quick, Jane, before
Okay,
we start
yeah.
vacuuming? Let's look at that. This is the old style bristles.
Right.
Lots of power in this vacuum, but it does have a cord. It's got the larger footprint, so that's not gonna store under your coats,
No.
really.
And it doesn't fold in half.
Doesn't
either.
fold in
No.
half, and it has that cord, which, you know, we always thought before you had to have the cord to have the power. But okay, yours is on carpet, mine's on carpet.
Okay, ready?
Let's do it.
Okay.
So side by side, about the same amount of hair here. You can see they're both working well. One pass cleaning pretty much.
Right.
Let's give it another
Good
for
job.
good measure.
Can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can I just try ours for a second?
Sure.
Normally now I'm saying ours, because it's so much
So go all the way
lighter.
forward to there you go. That's the carpet setting.
It's so much lighter.
It's such
like
a difference,
push that for
right?
a second.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
literally.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Right? It's
like,
so much lighter.
Yeah.
Lighter is better, you guys.
And here's the additional reason that you want to make the
Okay,
upgrade.
you want to go side by side?
Look at this. Right? Now you are having to spend your time maintain that brush roll. Maybe you have to
my
get a
gosh.
screwdriver eventually and take this whole thing off and get the, because this is how it was
Yeah.
before. This one, every single time you vacuum, Jane, it's cleaning that brush roll. So even if you don't have
Not
hair,
a
you
hair
don't
in
see
sight.
the hair, it's going to
Wow.
be cleaning.
Guys, go back over to the old one, which
You're
again
going-
is a great Shark. I love that we're doing Shark
Yep.
versus Shark.
Yep.
Wow.
That's the difference.
It's not the shark versus the jets. It's the sharks versus the shark. The shark.
All right, you know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna take this and put it
All right,
here.
goodbye, honey. We loved you,
it.
but you know,
It's
you've seen your day.
You've seen your day.
189.98 debuted today. I think was it on twice today?
Yes, it was only on twice today.
Yeah, you just had it in the kitchen with David,
yeah,
right?
in the kitchen with David and with Rick at noon, and that's it. We just launched it.
Yeah. 1,000 ordered.
Wow.
And when we bring in a shark, we can't bring in the same amount that you might see, like, you know, I don't know, when we bring in like a pair of shoes, talking shoes a lot tonight, we have what we have.
Yeah.
It is a big deal. And a big deal is just like we're talking about during the sneak peek week, like a today's special value, it just happens to stay at that price for a few days longer. But another thing could happen, it could sell out. So if you say, okay, I love my cleaning system, great, good for you. But most of us don't love our vacuum.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I do love my vacuum that is very similar to this, but this has so many more features and so much more going for it. And again, for $110 less, can you believe you're getting a brand new Shark, new and improved, for under $200 with a 5-year limited warranty? Free shipping and handling, and guess what? It is the lowest price we found. We did all the work, and I was just in a meeting. We are not allowed to say that unless it's a real deal.
Yeah, for sure.
And we all know things like this are just going to be getting more expensive. So the value now is you get the price that we locked in months ago. You get the best price you're going to have for a limited time, and you know that if you bought it anywhere else, and you can't even find it on sale from somebody else at the price that we have tonight, and maybe for a limited time. Also, you and I are pet parents.
Yes, pet people. You know, even if you're not, dust falls on our furniture.
Yeah.
It really should be. I mean, this looks so much better even without the hair. I'm just noticing there was just dust on here.
Right.
These are your two tools, and I love that they lock in. So you've got your bristle brush here, you've got your crevice tool here. Another really cool thing, can I show you something totally impromptu? You can take this off.
What?
This is like the transformer vacuum, right?
Okay, again, so mine doesn't do this. I had the first version of this.
Can I go over here?
Cobwebs.
Can I get cobwebs?
I'm looking.
Sorry,
I'm
guys, I'm going everywhere.
looking at one right over there.
Look at.
Wow.
Cobwebs. All the way up. Feet on the ground, Jane. I'm not getting a ladder.
Oh, not good.
Right?
Yeah, don't want a ladder.
It's so lightweight. And also think sliders, right? Going down with baseboards.
Well, what did I tell you? That was my job this week.
That was your job.
Baseboards.
Oh, Jane, look at these baseboards.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I hope yours aren't this bad.
And also, if
No
you have
chance.
puppies or kitties,
Look at
you know
that.
this is where all the hair congregates.
Oh man, look at that. Okay.
Wow.
I am so motivated. Look how clean that is.
That's over there.
All right,
I mean,
wait.
we have
All
a
right,
dirty
y'all
set.
can't see that. I won't even do it. I'm not going to do it.
We
You
have a
can't
dirty
see it.
set. Thank God that Elizabeth is here. And the thing is, you never have to buy a bag, right?
Yeah,
Like my
right.
husband used to love our big crazy vacuum, and so many times he'd be like, "Well, we can't vacuum because I need to go to that store, drive to the store, and get bags." Never. Oh yeah, Alan just said, and you had to know the number and the letter.
You did.
Sorry. No, thank you. Life is too complicated.
You know that younger people are not going to know what we're talking about.
I know.
pretty soon. They're
It's
gonna be
like,
what do you mean?
You know what my daughter asked me the other day? We were watching a movie. She was like, were there really phone booths? I'm like, oh yeah. And we use them.
Dimes. I remember dimes. Yeah, so here's the hair again. So whether it's the chunkier stuff, the lighter stuff, Jane, and you know what we do at home, you know, for real, this is what we're doing. We're going from floors to carpets, right? Around the furniture, in and out and around things. That's why it's so handy not to have a cord, right?
It's also dangerous. Like if you are thinking, I don't want my mom to fall, I don't want my dad to fall, you're not gonna get caught up in the cords. This is now a half hour until we bring you into a brand new day and a brand new Today's Special Value. Our one-time only value that started the show, that's what picked up the goopy messes, the wet messes, and the wet and dry together. That's a one-time only value. We have fewer than 1,000 of those to go around, and that price goes up at the end of the show. This will only be here for a few days. And do you notice how it's still picking up all the dirt, despite the fact that it has a nearly full canister?
Yeah, let's walk over there and empty this out. Look at how full it is. Now, let me say again, this is a sealed system with that filtration that will trap 99.99% of the tiniest particles, like your dust, your pollen, pollen, your dander, things like that.
Because if we're vacuuming with something else, we're just putting all that back in the air. And no, I was just talking to Alberti, like so many people have that cough, that gunk, that thing going on. I've been, you know, I keep saying, I'm not sick, but it's like gross out right now.
Now this is, of course, dusty because we've been using it, but I just want to show you how big this is.
Yeah.
So not only is it large enough to hold, like if you have a dog or something, it's big. This whole thing comes off, by the way, and the filters are in there, so